So hello guys, today I'm in Kuala Lumpur, Southeast Asia, capital of Malaysia, and I'm here in this very beautiful temple. And then I thought it would be a nice opportunity to record a video, even though I was not really ready for this today. However, I think sometimes we have to grab an opportunity and just do it, right? So this temple, it was made for Mazu. It's a deity, if I'm not wrong. So she's popular in Southeast China, but as in Malaysia, in Singapore, there are so many migrants that came from this region of China to Singapore, to Malaysia. So she's still quite popular. Also, you can see here a statue of Guan Yin is another deity. So, and you know, she's a protector of the seafarers, of the sailors. So that's why she's quite popular, because they came by the sea and they were like sailors. So she's still very much respected here. And yes, and this temple, as I said, it has a Confucianist / Taoist affiliation. So Chinese folk religions, and you know, in this kind of religion we have pretty much this concept of yin and yang, if I'm not wrong. I don't know about these religions deeply, but for the purpose of this channel, I think this is the thing that inspired me to record today. Because when you think about yin and yang, we think about these, I think the message here is about this complementary, about these like two things that are opposite, but still they appear in each other, right? I think that's an invitation to avoid extremism or seeing reality in black and white only. And I think we can apply this for stuttering as well, because oftentimes we tend to think stuttering, or we see people who, myself only in my history also, there were periods of my life where I could only see the bad side, but not the good side of it. And I think it's important to have this clear for us, that nothing is totally bad or nothing is totally good. And as long as we're stuck in only one side of the perspective, we cannot see the other side, right? We cannot see if we are only concentrated in the bad side of it, how can we see the good side of it? And yeah, I think that's also an invitation, you see, like, to see the third way, like a duality. So in the Western mysticism, they say a lot about this duality, right? Like in numerology, 3 represents third way. I think that's very important in the human psyche, because whenever we are caught into poles, and then we cannot see like the synthesis, right? The like how to come, how to go out of these sometimes apparent contradictions, for example. And I think for stuttering, for us, we can first see us like first seeing the good in our stuttering, even if we have good or even if we have good, only bad experiences. I think this is the first thing, because some people, they have difficulties. You can see in the groups, in the groups about stuttering, many people have problems to see the good side of it. And second thing, I think we can think about, for example, just came to my mind, for example, when we think about the silence in speech, for example, that we tend to think these only as non-communication moments, but actually this is also communicating something. The silence itself, or the repetition themselves, they also communicate something. They're not void of meaning. Everything has a meaning, even the silence moments, even the repetition moments. And yes, I think I think this can invite us to see our stuttering from other perspectives. Yeah, I think that's one thing. Another thing that came to my mind when I see this temple is this movie, Spirited Away, in which there's a girl, and she enters in a temple, this temple reminded me a lot of this. And then she, in order to be there, she has to work to save her parents, and then there's a witch, and she gives her a new name. So basically, she cannot forget her name. So basically, that's something very important in this movie. It's from the Ghibli studio, right? Probably the most famous. And then, yes, I think this also applies to us, to never forget who we are, never forget, even when you don't stutter, even when you don't stutter, or even when your stuttering is very passable, right? When you can, people even don't realize it, but you shouldn't forget who you are. I think this, for me, was like this. Sometimes I had periods in which I stuttered very little, so I kind of got more distant from the community, but I could see in myself some feelings trying to say, well, I don't study anymore, I don't need these reflections anymore. And then I felt that as long, like when I forgot about this, or when I tried to deny this, and then stuttering just came back in its original form. So I think this reflection about Chihiro applied to stuttering would be, never forget these things, because you do it and then you enter the stuttering cycle again. You enter in these logics of, let's call bad stuttering, or of stuttering with anxiety again. Because whenever you don't want to stutter, and then you stutter more. So again, the yin-yang stuff. It's very crazy, it's paradoxal, that's how I say. I say the paradox of stuttering. The less you want to stutter, the more you stutter. But yeah, I think for this video is enough just to throw there in the scene these reflections, and I wanted to use this very beautiful scenery behind me, and yeah, things about these reflections from the West. So for someone from the East, for someone from the West, for me this is already another perspective, and try to see all these other philosophies, all this other knowledge about humans, about the human life, the human inner life that these societies have created a long time. So if you have anything to say, if you appreciate it, just let me know, comment below. This gives me, this incentives me, this give me an up. So, interesting to see what people are thinking. So if you watch this, thank you very much, and have a nice day.